Good morning students. Today I shall be discussing about the string data type and the different types of operators used in Java. Now let's start with the string type. The string type in Java is a user-defined reference type. This is because the variables declared with string type in Java shall hold the values at a certain memory locations. That's why the string type in Java is regarded as a user-defined reference type. The string type can be used to store set of characters included within double quotes. For example, if you see this text James Gosling, this is enclosed within double quotes. So this text James Gosling becomes a string. So taking James Gosling as an example, we can say that name of a person can be an example of a string. A string variable can be declared as string name equal to James Gosling, okay, where the text James Gosling should be within double quotes. Now if you see this Java statement here, the variable name is name itself and the data type of this variable called name is string, and the value that this string variable name holds is James Gosling. So that's what has been said here. Here name is a variable of type string which holds the value James Gosling. Now the next thing I shall discuss is string concatenation. Now concatenation means joining or merging two different strings. A string can be concatenated with another string using the plus operator. For example, see these two Java statements. Okay, the first Java statement declares a variable called firstName whose data type is string, and the value that this variable firstName holds is James. In the second Java statement, there is a variable called lastName whose data type is string, and again here the value that this variable lastName holds is Gosling. Now if I wish to concatenate the string James with the string Gosling so that James Gosling appears in the output, for that I need to add up the variables, okay, that contains these values James and Gosling using the plus operator like this. So if I add up the variable firstName with the variable lastName using the plus operator, okay, then I shall get James for firstName plus Gosling for lastName, which gives the result James Gosling, like that. And the result of firstName plus lastName, okay, which gives James plus Gosling as James Gosling, shall be stored in another variable called fullName. So in the third Java statement, a variable called fullName has been declared whose data type is string, and the value it contains is the addition of the variables firstName and lastName. Okay, here since firstName is James and lastName is Gosling, so firstName plus lastName gives James plus Gosling, and we write James plus Gosling as James Gosling like this. So James Gosling is the value which shall get stored in the variable called fullName. Now let's discuss about the different operators used in Java. The operators are the various mathematical, relational or special symbols used to manipulate data. Java has a large set of built-in operators which are used to process the data. The categories of these operators are as follows. The first operator is the assignment operator. Okay, we usually represent the assignment operator with the help of the equality symbol or the equality sign. So the equality sign works as an assignment operator in Java and used to store a value in a variable. Now consider this example, int a is equal to 20. Okay, here the value 20 has been assigned to the variable called age, whose data type is int. As 20 is a value which is an integer, so the data type of this variable called age has been declared as int, and the value has been assigned to this variable called age using the assignment operator, which in this case is the equality sign. The next type of operator is the arithmetic operator. These operators are used to perform the mathematical operations on numerical data. The examples of these arithmetic operators are plus, minus, multiplication, division, and remainder. The percentage symbol here, which is used to find the remainder when one number divides another number, is known by the name modulo. So here we denote percentage by the name modulo. Okay, we shall come to this later on, but before that let's start with the plus operator. Here plus stands for addition. Now say for example, if you have two Java statements where the variable x has been assigned the value 10, the variable y has been assigned the value 20, and then in the next statement if we perform x plus y, okay, where x plus y gives 10 plus 20, okay, and it produces the result 30. So 30 shall get assigned to this variable called z. So the description is clearly shown here. The values of x and y are added, okay, which gives 10 plus 20, and the result produces this 30. So 30 gets stored in z. Then come to the next operator, minus, which stands for subtraction. Now consider these two Java statements. At first the value 10 has been assigned to x, the value 20 has been assigned to the variable y. Then in the next statement the value z, okay, shall be calculated based on the expression y minus x. Now since the value of y is 20, okay, and the value of x is 10, so y minus x gives 20 minus 10, okay, which produces the value 10. So 10 shall get stored in this variable z after performing the operation. This is clearly written here. The value of y is subtracted by the value of x, which shall give 20 minus 10, and the result produces 10. So 10 shall get stored in the variable called z. Then come below, see the next operator, asterisk. Here asterisk stands for multiplication. Now if you see these two Java statements, the first one, okay, assigns the value 10 to the variable x, okay, and then the value 2 to the variable y. And then come below, see the second statement. In this statement the variable x has been multiplied by the variable y. Since the value x contains is 10 and the value y contains is 2, so x into y gives 10 into 2. So since 10 into 2 is 20, so 20 shall get stored in the variable z. Then come below, the next operator is the division operator. Now here see there are two Java statements. First 10 gets assigned to x, 2 gets assigned to y, then z equal to x slash y, okay. This slash stands for division, okay. Now when x is divided by y, it gives 10 divided by 2. Now 10 when it is divided by 2, it produces the result 5, okay, because if you divide 10 by 2, 2 5s are 10, okay. So 5 is the question, so 5 gets stored in the variable z. Then come below, the next operator is the percentage operator. This stands for modulo, okay. Now this modulo operator is used to find the remainder when one number divides another number. Now in this case, if you see these two Java statements, 10 is assigned to the variable x, 2 is assigned to the variable y, and then I shall calculate the result of this variable z as x percentage y. Okay, here x percentage y denotes 10 percentage 2, as the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 2. Now when 10 percentage 2 is calculated, okay, at first 10 shall be divided by 2, which gives the quotient as 5, since 2 5s are 10. Okay, now 10 minus 10 gives the remainder as 0. Okay, so this produces the remainder 0, which shall be stored in this variable called z. Since percentage denotes the modulo, it finds the remainder when one number divides another number. So when the number x, whose value s is 10, okay, is divided by the number y, whose value is 2, then it produces the remainder as 0, which shall get stored in this variable called z. So this is what has been said here. The value x is divided by the value of y, and then the remainder is stored in z. So the remainder, since it is found to be 0, so the value of z is 0 in this case. Then the next type of operator is the relational operator. The relational operators are also called comparison operators because they are used to compare two different numbers. They are used to perform the comparison and return a Boolean output, where the Boolean output can be either a true or a false. Remember, true represents 1 and false represents 0. Now look at this chart. This chart shall explain you all the possible types of relational operators. Now see the first relational operator. This is less than. Okay. Now let's see how this works. Now consider these two Java statements. The first statement assigns the value 10 to the variable x, then it assigns the value 20 to the variable y. Then in the next statement, it declares a Boolean variable z, okay, which is equal to x less than y. Now let's find it out whether x is less than y or not. Okay. Now here less than is the relational operator. Now since the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20, so x less than y holds true because 10 is less than 20. Okay, so the output we get is true, and the value true then gets stored in this Boolean variable z. Then come to the next operator, greater than. Okay, now I shall explain you this with the help of these two statements. Here the first statement assigns the value 10 to the variable x and then 20 to the variable y. Then in the next statement it declares a Boolean variable z, which is equal to x greater than y. Now let's see whether it holds true or not. The value of x is 10, the value of y is 20. Now is 10 greater than 20? No, 10 is not greater than 20. So the output returns false. So the false is the value which shall get stored in the Boolean variable z. Then come below, the next relational operator is less than equal to. Okay, we mean it like this, less than or equal to. Now see these two Java statements. First it assigns the value 10 to x, then again 10 to y. Now in the next statement it declares a Boolean variable z, which is equal to x less than equal to y. Now let's see whether it holds true or not. The value of x, since it's 10 and the value of y is also 10. Now see, is 10 less than equal to 10? Yes. Even though if 10 is not less than 10, 10 is equal to 10. Okay. So this expression 10 less than equal to 10 holds true because 10 equal to 10 satisfies. Okay. So the output returns true in this case, and this value true shall get assigned to this Boolean variable z. Then see the next operator, greater than or equal to. Now these two Java statements say that the value 10 is first assigned to the variable x and the value 20 is then assigned to the variable y. Okay, this is the first statement. The next statement says that the variable z has been declared of data type Boolean. Okay, and so Boolean z equal to x greater than or equal to y. Now let's check whether it holds true or not. The value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20. So is 10 greater than or equal to 20? No, 10 is not greater than 20, neither 10 is equal to 20. So 10 greater than or equal to 20 does not hold true. So the output returns false in this case, and the value false shall be assigned to this Boolean variable called z. Then come below, the next relational operator is the equal to operator. Okay, now here double equal to indicates that this is the equality operator. Now in case of in place of double equal to, if you see a single equality symbol, then it does not represent the equality operator, it represents the assignment operator. Okay, and that I have already discussed here. The assignment operator is represented by a single equality sign. But for double equality sign, it does not represent the assignment operator, it represents the equality operator. Now check these two Java statements. In the first statement, the value 10 is assigned to the variable x, then 20 is assigned to the variable y. In the next statement, boolean z equal to x double equal to y. Now x double equal to y is checking whether the value contained in the variable x is equal to the value contained in the variable y or not. So let's check it out. As the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20, so is 10 equal to 20? No, 10 is never equal to 20, so the output returns false in this case. Okay, and the value false shall be assigned to this variable called z. Then come below, see the next operator, exclamatory mark and then the equality symbol. Now exclamatory represents not, okay, and not equal to means it is not equal to. So remember, double equality means it is checking whether one number is equal to another number or not, okay, as represented by this expression, whether the value contained in the variable x is equal to y or not. And exclamatory mark equal to means not equal to. Okay, here in this Java expression is checking whether the boolean variable z is equal to x not equal to y or not. Okay, here exclamatory stands for not. Now let's check it out whether the value contained in the variable x is not equal to the value contained in the variable y or not. Now the value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20. Now is 10 not equal to 20? Yes, 10 is not equal to 20, so this condition holds true. So the output returns true, and this true is the value which shall get stored in the boolean variable called z. So let's start with the logical operators. The logical operators are used to combine the relational operators. The output of the logical operators can be either a true or a false, where true denotes 1 and false denotes 0. Now look at this chart. This chart will explain you about the different types of logical operators. Now these are the three possible types of logical operators. The first one, denoted by 2 ampersand symbol, is the AND operator. Now this AND operator shall return true when all the expressions are true. Now take the case of this example. Here there are two Java statements. The first Java statement assigns the value 10 to the variable x, 20 to the variable y, and 30 to the variable z. And then in the second Java statement, a variable r has been declared with the data type boolean, and this variable r is equal to the expression x less than y and y less than z. Okay, now this AND operator, as denoted by the 2 ampersand symbol, okay, it's combining two relational expressions. The first one is x less than y and the second one is y less than z. And if both these relational expressions, that is x less than y and y less than z, holds true, then only the AND operator shall return true in the output. Now let's check it out. See the first relational expression, x less than y. Now let's see whether it holds true or not. The value of x is 10 and the value of y is 20. Now 10 less than 20, is it true? Yes, it is true. So x less than y holds true. Now see the second relational expression, y less than z. The value of y is 20 and the value of z is 30. So is 20 less than 30? Yes, it's true. So y less than z holds true. So r is equal to true and true. Okay. Now since both these expressions returns true, so AND operator will also return true. This is because it has been said here that AND shall return true when all the expressions are true. So in this case, both these expressions x less than y and y less than z, as it returns true, so this AND operator shall also return true in the output. So in the output you can see the result as true, and this value which is true shall get stored in this boolean variable called r. But in case if any one of these relational expressions, that is if either of these x less than y or y less than z holds false, okay, then the result of the AND operation shall also be false, and in that case the AND operator shall return false in the output, and as a result the variable false, okay, sorry, as a result the value false shall get stored in this variable called r. But that case won't happen because in the current scenario x less than y holds true because 10 is less than 20 and it's true, and again y less than z also holds true because 20 is less than 30 and it's true. So true and true returns true. That's why in the output I can see the value true, and this value shall get stored in the variable called r. Now see the next logical operator as denoted by the two vertical pipeline. This is the OR operator. Now OR returns true if any one expression is found to be true. Now take the case of this example. The first statement assigns the value 10 to the variable x, 20 to the variable y, and 30 to the variable z. The second statement, okay, declares a boolean variable r which is equal to x less than y or z less than y. Now here this two vertical pipeline, okay, it denotes the OR operator. Now the OR operator shall return true if any one of the expression is found to be true. Okay, in case you find if any one of these expression, okay, that is x less than y or z less than y to be true, okay, then this OR operator shall also return true. Now let's find it out. The first relational expression x less than y, where x is 10 and y is 20, okay, in this expression, yes, 10 is less than 20, so from this expression, okay, we get the value true. Now let's come to the second relational expression, which is z less than y. Yes, z is 30 and y is 20, and is 30 less than 20? No, 30 is not less than 20, so this expression shall return false. Now the total expression becomes true or false, as x less than y returns true and z less than y returns false. Now since one of these expressions returns true, so the OR operator shall also return true, because the condition of OR operator is such that if any one of the expression is true, the result will also be true. So in this case, even though the expression z less than y returns false, as z is 30 and y is 20, where 30 less than 20 is not true, okay, but the expression x less than y holds true because x is 10 and y is 20, and 10 less than 20 holds true. So in this case the OR operator shall return true, as one of the condition, which is x less than y, holds true, and therefore under the output section I can see the value true, which shall get stored in this boolean variable called r. Now let's come to the next logical operator, which is the exclamatory mark. The exclamatory mark here represents the NOT operator, okay, and the use of this NOT operator is to invert the boolean state. That means in case the Boolean state is true, okay, then not shall invert the Boolean state to false, okay, and in case the Boolean state is false, then not shall invert that Boolean state from false to true. Now take the case of this example, okay. The first statement declares a Boolean variable x whose value is false, okay, and the second statement declares another Boolean variable which is y, and the value assigned to it is equal to exclamatory mark x. Now since exclamatory mark denotes not, so here the variable y is equal to not of x. Now since the variable x holds the value false, so not of x will return true, okay, and the value true shall get assigned to this variable y, okay. So the output for this expression is true. This is because the variable y, when it is equal to not of x, okay, it shall return true because not of false is true and false is the value of the variable x. So with this I end my presentation here.